Hey y'all, say y'all, Grand Rising. I just want to come to you with a quick little message here that God gave me today, okay? We're in Matthew chapter 24 here. As Jesus was leaving the temple grounds, his disciples pointed out to him the various temple buildings, but he responded, "Do you see all these buildings? I tell you the truth. They will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another." Later, Jesus sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, "Tell us, when will all this happen? What sign will signal your return in the end of the world?" Jesus told them, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars. But don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. But all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers. And many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people. Sins will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved, and the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nations will hear it, and then the end will come. The day is coming when you will see what Daniel the prophet spoke about, this sacrilegious object that causes desecration, standing in the holy place. Reader, pay attention. Then those in Judea must flee to the hills. A person out of the deck of a roof must not go down into the house to pack a person out in the field, must not return even to get a coat. How terrible it will be for the pregnant women and for nursing mothers in those days. And pray that your flight will not be in winter or the Sabbath, for there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began, and it will never be so great again. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones. Then if anyone tells you, "Look, here is the Messiah," or "There he is," don't believe it. For false messiahs and false prophets will raise up and perform great signs and wonders so as to deceive, if possible, even God's chosen ones. See, I have warned you about this ahead of time. So if someone tells you, "Look, the Messiah is out there in the desert," don't bother to go and look. Or, "Look, he is hiding here," don't believe it. For as the lightning flashes in the east and shines to the west, so it will be when the Son of Man comes. Just as the gathering of vultures show there is a carcass nearby, so these signs indicate that the end is near. Immediately after the anguish of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will give no light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers in the heaven will be shaken. And then at last, the sign that the Son of Man is coming will appear in the heavens, and there will be deep mourning among all the peoples of the earth. And they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send out his angels with the mighty blast of a trumpet, and they will gather his chosen ones from all over the world, from the farthest ends of the earth and heaven. Now, learn a lesson from the fig tree. When its branches bud and its leaves begin to sprout, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see all these things, you can know his return is very near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will not pass from the scene until all things have taken place. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. However, no one knows the day or hour when these things will happen. Not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself, only the Father knows. When the Son of Man returns, it will be like it was in Noah's days. In those days before the flood, the people were enjoying banquets and parties and weddings right up to the time Noah entered his boat. Please don't realize, forgive me. People didn't realize what was going to happen until the flood came and swept them all away. That is the way it will be when the Son of Man comes. 2 men will be working together in the field. One will be taken, the other one left. 2 women will be grinding flour at the mill. One will be taken and the other one left. So you too must keep watch, for you don't know what day the Lord is coming. Understand this. If a homeowner knew exactly when the burglar was coming, it would keep watch and not permit his house to be broken into. You also must be ready all the time, for the Son of Man will come when least expected. A faithful, sensible servant is one of those the master can give the responsibility of managing his other household servants and feeding them. If the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. I tell you the truth, the master will put that servant in charge of all he owns. But what if the servant is evil and thinks my master won't be back for a while, and he begins beating the other servants, partying and getting drunk? The master will return unannounced and unexpected, and he will cut the servant to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So that's like I've been telling y'all. It's been time for people to take up their own cross. And what I mean by that is stop blaming people for what's going on in your life, and you take accountable of what's going on in your life. Okay? You either gonna live in a high vibrational state and do the good work of the Lord, the good work of the people, others, or you're gonna work from your lower half, and that is drinking, smoking, doing drugs, fornicating. The list goes on. There's a time and a place where you have to just be like, listen, I've grown up here. This is not for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? God's been giving us chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to, we're supposed to be here healing our generational curses. That could be drug addiction, just loving yourself, because probably back in your past life you didn't love yourself. You let people walk all over you. You didn't know your self-worth. Some of us were here to come back and learn something from this past life, whether you believe it or not. When I think about heaven or hell, I think about low vibrational or high vibrational state. And if you're working from your low vibrational state, of course your life is not going to be looking all that in a bag of Doritos. And then also too, you have these witches and warlocks that's going to be pulling on that energy because you're doing their work. They say, oh, buddy, over there doing it. Okay, let me go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? And boom, there goes the magic. Before this shit is 3D, it is a spiritual situation happening. So as above, so below. It's a spiritual type situation here. And it took me some time to get it right. You know what I'm saying? And I was keep on trying to figure out, like, why am I keep on going back to this lifestyle when I've already conquered it? But I didn't, because it was still in my heart. I was addicted to making money. Addicted to the fast life. And you know, when you start getting money, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay taxes. You ain't got to do none of that. So you just getting all that money. You like, hey, let me go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? But it's time for us to, you know, grow up, start doing things the right way here, because whether you know it or not, you're working for the other side. God is not playing right now. He said, you either gonna do my work or you gonna go over there, and when I come back and things need to get, and you know what's crazy is I seen this Y today. I always look at this picture of mine and it says walk by faith, but I was looking at the Y and I'm looking like, why is the Y like that? Things are starting to separate. God is separating the weak from the I don't want to get it wrong, but it's something like the weak from the strong here. The low vibrational from the high vibrational. People, whether willing to do the work or the ones just sitting back and trying to get it for easy. It's time for you to heal. It's time. It's been time. People thought, like, when I got out of my marriage, I'm about to be in another. No, I need to heal. And I want God to grant me with another individual that is healed, so we don't have to battle with each other. We don't have to bring our past traumas into our union. I want something that's going to last forever. I deserve that. I know my worth now. Or of course we can sit here and say, oh, I got everything that I want and this is. No, God's going to test you and test you and test you some more to make sure that, okay, if I send this person into you, you ain't about to backslide. You ain't about to do this or that. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm patiently waiting. And I'm okay with that. All good things that come fast ain't good. All things that you get real quick ain't good. You might wind up with some shit you can't get rid of. Now, when he's talking about, you know what I'm saying, people disappearing, like I said, there's some things going on in that sky that people don't want people to know about. Judgment is here. People are getting taken up out of this mug. Some people you won't see again. And you gotta be okay with that. Some people that you be trying to hang out and they ain't good for your spirit or your soul or your evolution. And it's so hard for y'all to just let people go. Because y'all want to, oh, let me stun on this bit. Ain't nothing to be stunting on. Ain't nothing to be stunting on. I don't talk to nobody from my past, from the club, my family, none of them. Y'all want to see me? See me with my content. Maybe you can learn something. All the gossiping and people worried about other people's business, baby, that's not me. I don't even got a Facebook. I've been left that Facebook 5 years ago. I don't care about it now. I wish certain individuals would take my picture down from their establishments. That's what I would like. And hopefully God touches their heart and they do so. The girl that y'all met back then is not the same girl that y'all know now. Same woman that y'all know now. I change every day. I'm not the same. And I thank God for that. I'm glad that I'm not in certain situations anymore. I can be a better person for me and for my children. God blessed me to be a good mother, whether I was in certain situations or not. Sometimes as individuals, we got to do better for ourselves. We got to think more highly of ourselves. I'm not pouring into anyone that ain't pouring into me. I'm not giving that type of energy no more. Because some of y'all don't deserve it. You just don't deserve it. And I hope that one day y'all find that same compassion for yourself. But with that being said, I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Peace, love, and love. Peace, love, and healing. Peace, love, and abundance. Ashe.